I kind of wanted to do that intro. Don't worry about it though. So I've been wanting a new car for quite some time now, but with the way the entire economy and the economic state of the world is looking like, that's looking not too possible. And given that this whole channel is dedicated to more Hyundai and Elantras and such, since I've had mine stolen, I haven't really posted about another vehicle of mine that I have. So I still have my old 2003 Elantra that I've had for almost 7 to 8 years now. And considering how old the vehicle is and just how much work I've put into it, I've been thinking about giving it some upgrades, you know? This past summer when I was interning at Apple, I had the opportunity to rent a 2025 Hyundai Elantra SEL Convenience. And I love that car. That was such a cool car. And one of the things I definitely did love about the car was the entire dash integration. You know, with the new cars, everything is digital. Hyundai did an amazing job with the design, the engagement, how it interacts with the infotainment and the ambient lighting. It was perfect. And as a somewhat engineer myself, one of the things I've been wanting to do was break out of the realms of iOS development and get more into developing for many other things. So as the video title suggests and shows, I ended up making a digital gauge cluster for the 2003 Elantra and just trying to see how it could possibly look when I fully integrated within the actual vehicle harness and systems and stuff like that. So without me talking too much, let me go ahead and show you guys what I've built for the car and just show you what I'm planning on doing for it in the future. Awesome. So now that we're finally out of this weird snowstorm, I'm gonna go ahead and get the car warmed up. I did drive it sometime last week when it was still a little bit of snow, but it's also been cold, so I haven't driven it as much as well. For now, I'm gonna go ahead, because I had it in here, go ahead and plug up the OBD port that I have for my MacBook. So this is the port that goes, of course, into the car, and this is the adapter that I'm plugging into my MacBook Pro. So as I've mentioned, this program itself is not perfect. UI itself runs within Python, and any of the backend and kind of data handling runs within C++. And I more so did this method just because of more maybe modularity in the future. Maybe we might want to integrate something with the infotainment and, I don't know, climate one day. And instead of having the dashboard itself be able to take in all the analog inputs from the ECU and then decode them and then put them onto the UI, it just seems better just to have it more centralized to where it can have one Raspberry Pi that can take in all that data, have the dash listen for the data within the broadcast, and then anything else that we might want to do in here also gets sent to the central Pi. And why build the UI within Python, then do a lot of the data handling in C++? It just comes down with choice. C++ isn't my favorite language right now, but it takes some time to understand comparing to the fact that I've learned a lot of stuff within Swift. And it's just nice to have another language on my resume, or something that I at least know of, not too knowledgeable of yet. All right, so let's go ahead and run up this dash right now. So this is just your typical Python 3 main.py, and I think it's gonna run on the mock mode. Okay, here it is. Awesome, look at that animation. So right now the dash would be awaiting responses of packets through that UDP receiver that I did have implemented within the code, which would mean that we need to go ahead and properly run up the Elantra dash, actual central stuff. And a lot of this stuff, like I said, might not be perfect in the sense. Please work with me because I'm very much new to this stuff. But I'm gonna just go ahead and run main right now. Invalid interface type. Do that dash/main, and for our case, maybe we can do the mock variant. I think it's mock vehicle sender ready. And as you can see, this is how it would look, of course, but I'm going to go ahead and clear that out. It's also very slow too. I'm trying to figure that out. Okay, awesome. So /main, and then we're going to do OBD. Right, the port is not set up, so actually I need to go ahead and start up the car. All right. Awesome. So now the port is plugged in, as you can see. So let's go ahead and one more time, OBD, connecting the ODB, whatever the hell I just called it. And as you can see right now, based upon some of the responses, like I said, it is slow. I will say that it is very much slow, but we are right now getting a response. I believe this is 010C is for speed or RPM. So right now the vehicle is idling somewhere around 1,000, 1,200. And if you're really good at decoding hex off the bat, you can probably get better response there. So now if we go over to our UI, as you can see, right now we are at about 1.1 and near alignment, almost near 1,000 RPM. Some other PIDs that are accessible within OBD that aren't exactly shown within the actual dashboard would be something like the throttle position to kind of be able to measure the power, temperature as it should display, but it doesn't for some reason. Maybe I can try to figure that out real quick. Fuel is unfortunately not a PID that's available, but it is on newer vehicles I've seen, like my mom's 2016 Sonata and my old 2017 Elantra. So a lot of this setup here is mainly to reflect most of the physical setup here, and just an overall improvement of the design, just because I feel like a lot of the gauges are like too spread out. We keep everything intact, and I can be able to maybe retrofit an actual gauge cluster like a casing, and then be able, I don't know if anyone knows how to 3D print or CAD design it to actually fit within, so I don't have to be able to tamper with it too much myself. Warning indicators and shifters and turn signals are already built within the UI. They're just not visible yet. The only thing that's going to be annoying, and probably not too annoying to ensure that it's not a thing that's communicated with the ECU, is a odometer, which I believe just gets a pulse and just sits directly within the actual cluster. So it's not a thing to where, from what I've seen, especially within the Fix app, when you can run a diagnosis, that the ECU or some of the module built within the car already has like a catch or store response on how many miles this car has been driven, to where we would have to be able to kind of capture that type of framing and stuff. I've also noticed that we're chilling at about less than 1,000 RPM and haven't received this response. Let's see what's happening. Yeah, see, so yeah, see, going this way, I already knew messing with OBD was going to be a little bit weird, just because of, once again, my inexperienceness with being able to work with C++ and being able to mess with serial ports. And I've had many comments on my TikTok that said that the dashboard was slow, wasn't updating in time, and that it ran on Windows Explorer. Next to the fact that I'm already learning not to mess up this car, especially not pulsing and requesting data from OBD, that I also won't be improving the OBD responses, just because it's not the main interface of data that we'll be getting from the car itself. But we can try to run it again just to ensure that everything is at least updating. Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, it's not, once again, this isn't perfect. And I think maybe something as far as like maybe better buffering, or kind of have like more of a parallel response for the data instead of trying to go between each one, works. Instead of my example of going to each one, sleeping, get the speed, sleep, temperature, sleep, and so on and so forth. It is, I did just see the gauge move. Yeah, look at it, it's moving just a little bit. Okay, I see, this is so cool. All right, so I did try to fix up the PID for temperature. Unfortunately, it's not working. It's okay, not gonna worry about too much, but let me just show more of a representation of how slow this thing is. Oh, Jesus. Also, ignore the vibrations in this car. It's a 23-year-old Hyundai. Okay. You know, sometimes it's not bad, but of course, it's not as quick. So, like I said, it's fine in the example of working and getting the data from OBD, just to ensure that packets are being sent from the source to the actual UI. But at least that it can somewhat reflect in a way. It doesn't have to be perfect. I know many people were expecting this thing to be as functional as, I don't know, an existing, what is those things called, like the Hyundai digital displays, but it works for now because it's not perfect, and the full implementation of an actual this screen within the actual gauge cluster here is something for the future. Sometimes I wonder at 6'4", how in the world do I fit in this car? And I need to go ahead and give it a wash too before this thing gets eaten by salt and snow. Well, I obviously have a lot more work to do for the vehicle, so thank you for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed what I've done here. This is, of course, something new that I'm going down to. I'm just trying to build up this resume skill set for me, as the job market is a little bit weird. So it's also a mixed blend between trying to make something old new again and trying to adapt my skills or increase my skills as a developer. But I really have high hopes and high excitement for this project. I really want to get the full-on integration to where it's like I can get into the car, not have a laptop on my lap, and then be able to actually have the vehicle integrate with the system that I built with it. So like, yeah, it's pretty cool, right? Of course, the current integration I have with OBD is not perfect, but I'm a person, it's like, if someone can make the crappy version first, they can make the perfect version later. So I'm really super excited to see where this project goes from here. Hopefully the car doesn't try to kill itself again. The fan belt broke actually during development of this project, and it almost caught on fire. And who knows, maybe recognition from Hyundai? I don't know, but you know, I just like, someone give me a job, please. I'm gonna go ahead and head out. Thank you for watching. Drop any comments or suggestions below on how I can possibly work on this project a bit more, or like kind of, you know, learn some things I didn't know about. Let me get started on some more work that needs to get done, and let's see where it goes from here. So, see ya.